guys, welcome back to Resolution. I've just popped down to Helmet City in Chichester to have a look at their open day. There's quite a few little cool things going on. The only thing I really wanted was a new helmet. I took out the Scorpion ADX2 for a test ride. It was a really good helmet, I really liked it. The only problem is though, I mean, I was happy to buy it and I literally went in, I can't bother to do them up. I literally went in to purchase it and they said, oh, we've got it in stock, but we haven't got it here, so you won't be able to buy it today. Well, you can buy it today, but you won't get it today. And let's face it, I'm one of those people who, if I want something, I want it now. Well, in all fairness, I spoke to the chap there at Shoei, Chris, and he's gonna help me sort my helmet out, get some new cheek pads put into it. Whoa, that was a head screw there. Been riding Europe for so long, I couldn't remember what side of the road I had to be on. Not very good, is it? Right, so yeah, take me to court. Take me to court. Back in 2023, so last year, our dog Ruby, our Rottweiler Ruby, she was very, very unwell, and we didn't know what was wrong with her. So we took her to the vets. We took her to the overnight vet. So basically what we did, we took her to the vets. The vets done loads of treatments on her, tried to figure out what was going wrong. They couldn't figure it out. Open this up because it's better interaction, I think, when you can see my eyes. They couldn't figure out what was going wrong with the poor girl, so we then ended up having to keep her in overnight. So we took her to the overnight vets in Portsmouth, and they're brilliant. They looked after her so well. She perked up. Oh, honestly, she was back to roll south again. And this went on for a good three weeks across December, on and off. She'd get better, then she'd go downhill again. Now, her poo was jet black. I mean, as black as my Helite vest. It was blood-ridden. She was throwing up constantly. After she'd eat, a couple of hours later, she'd chuck up again, and it was just not happening for her. So, there was obviously something seriously wrong with her, and in the end, well, yeah, I'll get to that in a minute. But basically, when she was very unwell and she had to stay in overnight, we had to drive her down into Portsmouth, go to overnight vets. Now, this is where it gets interesting. So, the overnight vets is at the bottom of a tower block. The tower block has a car park for the residents, and also the veterinary practice, which is great. That's perfect. That's what we want. So, it's a one-way system. As you enter the veterinary practice car park, there is an ANPR camera which captures your registration and a photo of you as you enter the car park. Perfect, not a drama. As you exit the car park, there is a rear-facing ANPR camera which captures, obviously, the rear of your vehicle. Thus, you've entered and you've exited, and there's the proof what time you entered and what time you exited the car park. Awesome. Now, you can only stay in the car park for a maximum of 2 hours over a 24-hour period, I think it was, something like that. Okay, which, take it or leave it, it's a bit pants, but it's great for the residents, because if you're visiting, I'm sure you get a visiting permit, or do you know what I mean? There's other ways you can get around it if you're visiting people, not a problem. But this is where the issue comes. To visit the vets, so if you had to drop your pet off overnight, drop it off in the evening, pick it up in the next morning, or if you had to drop it off in the morning, pick it up in the afternoon, you've technically breached their contract because you've entered the car park twice within 24 hours. How is that fair? It's not. So basically what they're saying is you can come into the car park, drop your pet off, but then you can't pick your pet up again. Yeah, so you can't pick your pet up, technically, if you go by what their contract says on use of their car park. So, every single person who goes and sorts their pet out breaches their contract. But that isn't the issue. No. That isn't the issue. The issue comes when we dropped Ruby off 7 o'clock in the evening. We then left and we went home. We're not going to sit in the car park all night long waiting for Ruby. That would just be absurd. So we drop her off. We then 12.5 hours later, we come back into the car park, and at that point we pick her up and we leave the car park. So we enter, exit, big nice circle, in and out, in and out. We then get a letter. Oh yeah, Ruby, sadly, she passed away. We tried everything we could to save the little lady, but unfortunately the last straw was the vets had to operate on her, open her up, see what was going on, because they'd done x-rays, they'd done blood tests, they'd done everything we could for that girl. We just couldn't figure it out. So we had to have her opened up, and they said basically she's got a tumour in her stomach which was preventing the food from passing comfortably, and then there was a hole in her abdominal lining which was causing the bleeding going into her feces basically, which was completely destroying the poor lady. She lost 10 kilograms in 3 to 4 weeks. She was 54, she went down to 44, 40-ish kilograms, so she lost a hell of a lot of weight. But by and by, unfortunately, Ruby's no longer with us. So we're all distraught. It's Christmas Eve, we've lost Ruby, and then this is where my blood boiled. I get a letter in the post from the parking company saying, you've exceeded your 2-hour stay in a 24-hour period. This is a picture of you entering, and this is a picture of you leaving our car park. You now owe us £100 and something. I was raging, absolutely raging, because what a load of lies. Now, the photos they showed us in the letter was our car entering the car park, and then the next day in the morning our car entering the car park again. So where's our picture of us leaving the car park? How do we leave a car park? By entering it twice. So they've really got my back up now. So maybe it's just an accident, maybe it's just an admin error or whatever, right? So I go down to the car park, I take a photo of the entrance to the car park, I take a photo of the exit of the car park. I then explain this is a one-way system. As you enter the car park, your ANPR cameras collect data footage of the vehicle entering the car park, and here is the front shot like you've sent me. Then as you exit, because it's one way, there is a vehicle, an ANPR camera facing the rear of your vehicle to capture your rear registration plate. Where is that footage you're withholding from me? Because if I was to leave going out the wrong way, I would have to reverse out the wrong way, and it would still capture registration. Why would you do that? It's just bizarre. So anyway, I said, look, our pet was ill, terminally ill. She had an overnight stay at the overnight vets, which is down in your car park. To access the overnight vets during the day or overnight, you need to enter your car park, and in order to do that, you need to go through the one-way system, blah blah blah, get picked up onto your NVR cameras, yeah, you get what I drift. They then replied, which absolutely infuriated me, which at this point I knew I was just fighting against a load of bullies. They said, we are sorry to hear your unfortunate circumstances. It is not a nice period of time for anyone to have to go through that situation. However, we review each case on a case-by-case basis. Unfortunately, you breached our contract. You entered our car park on 2 occasions. You stayed in our car park over a 2-hour period. So it wasn't the fact I came in twice. It was the fact that I apparently stayed for over 12 hours in their car park, which is in breach of their 2-hour parking rule. Pay. So I said, no chance. I am not paying you thugs a penny. Well, I didn't say thugs, but I wrote a very firm letter saying I ain't paying you a penny. Didn't do anything wrong. So I then went to the vets and said, look, this is what went on. Could you sort this out for me? Yeah, no problem at all. Don't worry about it. We'll get it sorted. Awesome. So I ignored them. Oh, and I was also told just ignore the parking company because the vets will sort it out. Anyway, to hear nothing. About a month later, I get another letter. A letter that is red. It is big. It is bold. It is terrifyingly scary to people who are a bit uneasy with their standing up for themselves. And it says, you have not responded to our last letter. You owe us X amount of money. If you do not pay, we will take you to court. When we take you to court, you could potentially lose, and if you lose, then you will have your mortgage, like a credit rating issues. It was literally saying your life's over financially. And that just absolutely enraged me. I was so angry at that point, and for a brief moment in time I thought, shall I just pay it and shut up? I thought, no, I haven't done a single thing wrong. Nothing wrong at all. I've done everything perfect. The car park for the vets is inside their parking. So how are you meant to access it? It's all just a complete and utter mess up of a show. Okay, I would use a stronger word, but hey, I don't want to cause any issues on YouTube. So I go back down to the vets. At this point, I'm really peeved, because I say to the vets, so you guys told me to ignore, you'll get rid of it. And they said, oh yeah, this happens quite a lot. So I'm just not the first person. And they said they can test all the tickets for the people that don't have done nothing wrong whatsoever, and 99% of those get ignored by the parking company. So back in the UK, many years ago, there used to be basically wheel clampers. Now the wheel clampers would literally just clamp you wherever and ever they could, demand money off you, bully people into it. There was one wheel clamper in the Portsmouth area, Gordon Miller. He would stand at the front of your vehicle, or his mate was crony would stand at the front of the vehicle. The other one would then run around to the back of the vehicle whilst you're having a chit chat with them, saying what you're doing. They'd be fitting a wheel clamp to the back of your vehicle, and then they would demand money from you. Completely unlawful, completely illegal, in places they weren't allowed to operate, and you hadn't done anything wrong. Eventually he was sent to prison for his actions, and rightly so, because that behaviour is just disgusting. So the government outlawed them. Now they've all moved on to ANPR systems. They've got with the 21st century. They don't have to sit there and do things. They can just do it from an office somewhere. So they're still operating. They're operating just vile thuggery in places that it just doesn't need to happen. So now the vets have actually got installed like enter your registration, and it sorts it all out so you don't get a parking ticket. But that hasn't sorted me out. I apparently have still got these people threatening to take me to court. Now they've chosen the wrong person to pick on, because all I've got to prove is a balanced probability that I wasn't in the car park all night in a civil court. That's all I've got to prove. The balance of probability. Well, what's the probability that why is this car doing 40 and a 60? What is wrong with them? So the balance probability is that I dropped my pet off at an overnight vet's because she was having treatment, and then we picked her up the next day. That's the balance probability. I parked in the vet's car park overnight. Not overnight, of course didn't. I parked in the vet's car park to drop her off. Actually, no, tell a lie, I didn't. Because we pulled up outside, because she was so frail, they actually came out and picked her up as soon as we pulled in. So they were waiting for it. Yeah, because we didn't even go into the actual parking section. We just stayed on the main bit inside the car park. So we didn't even park. We just stopped. They collected Ruby and took her for us. And then we picked her up the next morning. Now, I've obviously got no proof that I wasn't sat in the car park, but I haven't got to prove that I was. All I've got to prove is the balance of probability that we dropped her off at an overnight vet's and collected her the next day and took her back to the day vet's. Why would you sit in the car park waiting for your pet for 12 hours? You wouldn't. So, take me to court and let's see what happens. I dare you. Because you thugs are going down. You are not getting a penny out of me whatsoever. And I'm going to sue you for the mental stress and all the anguish and all the headache that you've caused me. I am fuming with them. I'm absolutely raging. And then once I've done that, once I've won against you thugs, I'm going to be going to the papers. I'm going to go to the press. I'm going to blow it up. I'm going to write a letter to the Prime Minister, my local MP. I'm going to literally take this to the final part that I can. I'm going to town on it, because these thugs should not operate in this country. They shouldn't operate anywhere. It should be a proper regulated authority that looks after car parks for customers of properties that they purchase, blah blah blah, residents, whatever. Not these thugs, because all they do is sit there, go, yeah, whatever, see you later, give us your money, we'll take you to court, scare you, give us your money. So yeah, I'm absolutely raging right now, and they are not going to get anything from me, and I will really blow this up. Everyone's going to be talking about it, and it is going to hit them like a sledgehammer in the face. They will also yeah, well, do you know what? If they're going to be ridiculous, I'm going to be ridiculous. I'm going to counter-sue them for a massive, nice sum. And if I get that, which I probably won't, I mean, I'm not going to probably get a penny of that, but they have kept me up at night, and then I've just told myself, shut up. Look, just put it to bed. You've done nothing wrong. But if I wasn't strong-minded, I'd be in pieces right now. So I am going to counter-sue them, those thugs, if they take me to court. And I will give a big chunk of that money to a Rottweiler rescue centre, because it is not fair that these thugs should be allowed to operate when our Rottweiler, Ruby, was going through a really horrible time. She was very unwell. So guys, let me know if you've had any similar experiences with these thug companies, and what you did, what they did, what the outcome was. At the end of the day, if you're in the wrong and you've parked there all night long, then fair play, you're in the wrong and you breached their contract. It's a civil contract, blah blah blah, whatever. But if you are in the right and they are bullying you and you're strong-minded, you're strong-willed, and you know for a fact you've done nothing wrong, don't pay them a penny. Why would you pay a penny to someone who walks up to you in the street and goes, give me some money? You tell them to do one, and if they said, I'll take the call, give me some money, you owe me money, you'd be like, sod off, I don't owe you a penny. So why is that any different? It isn't. It is not different in the slightest. And if you're a legal advisor, legal solicitor, whatever, and you want to get in touch and you want to represent this case if it goes to court, please get in touch. I'm not going to pay you a penny, but purely out of principle, if you want this case to go like astronomical and you want to take this all the way and you want to make an example and you want to make a name for yourself, then please, yeah, do get in touch. When this is all done and dusted, so I'll probably wait for a year to pass, and then if it is all, and they never actually took me to court, then I'm going to do a talk-through of the car park and actually show you where it is. I'm going to name and shame the thugs, and let's make this country safe for everyone from these thug businesses, because they should not be operating in the manner that they do. They need to be regulated, they need to be governed, they need to be within tight, strict rules. If an ANPR camera isn't working, you cannot enforce your car park on the same ANPR camera of people coming in as people coming in, and then say, oh, you came in, you left. And I phoned, actually, who did I phone? I phoned the vets, and it went through to like a national number. They didn't even know the layout of the car park. So this company, probably operating in Peterborough or Newcastle or Birmingham or wherever, they sure as hell ain't going to know the car park. They ain't going to know the location. They ain't going to know anything about that car park. So my ammo is locked, loaded and ready to fire. Just don't tick me off anymore, because if you do, you're going to wish you never took me to court, and I'm going to counter-sue, and I'm going to win. I'm not going to win the counter-sue, but I'm going to win because I did nothing wrong. So sorry about that, guys. Yeah, I got really wound up there, but hey ho, it annoys me that vulnerable people out there get made a mockery of and have their good heart exploited when they've done nothing wrong. So unfortunately, Ruby passed away, and then we ended up with this absolute douchebag. He's called Toby. He was 7 months old when we got him. He's 10, nearly 11 months old now. He's a complete and utter numpty. Stresses me out beyond belief, but he's gonna be a good dog. He'll get there. He will get there. Guys, thank you for watching my rant and rave about parking enforcement agencies that are just thugs. Like I said, leave a comment below, let me know if you've had any experiences, and until next time, like and subscribe, and I'll see you soon.